for you to get sorted and start hitting them. So we're going to bring our two armies ready to get started. Over on the left hand side, so left hand side, if you've got the fairground to your back, then you will have one army to your left, which is led by our fantastic battle captain Olaf. And over on the other side, we have various warriors. I'm not sure who is leading that one, but I can pick out a couple of our combatants. Bercy there in the blue. He is Bercy with an eye, I've been told. So, as they come forward, you can see our archers already trying to get some extra shots in there. Just over the top.
Beautiful volleys there, some absolutely fantastic shots going over the top. Just what we like to see, some flat shooting in between the warriors.
You can already see there some of our combatants taking
No, it's on you, I
hits
didn't.
now. The way we work is
I'll
we have
check
a 2-hit
later.
rule. You get one shot, you have to drop your defensive, move back as fast as you can. If you get another shot within 10 seconds, you are dead. If you do not get another shot in 10 seconds, and you can run far enough backwards, as even there in the purple is showing you on the left hand side, when you get to a count of 10, you can join back in again.
Well, alas, poor Frecky from the wicket is down already. One of our elite warriors, but apparently not so keen after his wing at the Ollie Brawl. If you saw it earlier, maybe he just needs a little rest, a little bit of a cool-off period before he can join back in.
Okay, Sonia, I'll check that later.
Our guys, as the shield
I have
walkers,
to.
you can see them starting to form up in their local groups. You can tell that they're all from the same area by the fact that their shield designs match.
Adrian there using his two-handed spear in the purple, being able to get in between those shields, knocking them down as quickly. You can tell he's the leader of the King's Own Heavy Army Regiment, one of our Huskarls there.
The advantage of that 7'6" spear is that he can be behind the line, behind all the warriors, with the shields, nice and protected. And he's not looking to actually fight the person directly opposite him, he's looking for the person to his left or right who isn't really expecting him. Obviously the issue the archers have is that the further away they get, they do run the risk of shooting their own men in the back. You've got Ornali there, right in the middle of the arena with the black and green shield. He's there just walking his way round, contemplating whether he can pick up anything nice off the bodies.
And Halgrim joining him there from Rickner down in Hertfordshire. And they're now forming up in a nice little group there. Ready to take on our pink but slightly quick, but not quick enough maybe. Oh, he's managed to take an archer down. He's from Danelaw. Or Nottinghamshire group, or one of them.
So they're just going to let him come off the ropes. I believe he is the last of their army. They're choosing to try and take down the two-handed spearman. That was a really bad idea. Adrian has been fighting with a two-handed spear for about 15 years. That was never really going to work. And we have a victory! Let's have a round of applause for our warriors. So we'll call upon the dead to rise. And in particular, we're going to give Frecky a chance to do that all over again.
He has worked very hard, bless him, so we can let him off. And God says he hopes he lasts longer than him, but I'm not saying which God.
So we're just going to give them a minute or two. You'll see quite a few of our warriors out there are wearing chainmail. Chainmail weighs about 2.5 to 3 stone. They can lose a decent amount of water weight even in this weather, but yesterday in the heat you will have seen that many of them were not wearing it for safety reasons. It does get very, very hot in there. And those of you over on my left, close to the PA, will just see Grimnir, one of our very experienced warriors there in the dark blue. He might give you a wave. There we go, waving his bow in the air. So Grimnir is very much a character in the society, very experienced, very good warrior, fights with a number of different weapons. He's going to kill me for picking him up this much if he dies too quickly.
And you can see there's some scurrying and a conversation between the two warriors there. Kjartan from Dalo and Ulfa from Viking, protecting their warriors as they scurry up their missiles. Maybe having a conversation about counting on whose side is on whose.
Yeah, what they're really trying to do is just make sure they even the sides up a little bit. Right guys, are we ready? Because you're getting boring. Hurry up. I know I'm mean, aren't I? It's great though. Viking period, women were in charge. See, what a lot of people don't realise is that up until 1066 of the Norman Conquest, the women were actually in charge. We had the boat, we held the lands, haha, the men had pretty much nothing. Then Norman Conquest happened and it took us until the suffragette movement way back to get the vote back.
As you can tell, we don't like the Normans very much. And there's arrows coming in again, as you've seen before. You may have heard my lovely colleague Sigrid here this morning talking about how arrows were dipped into all sorts of horrible and nasty things. That's a great way to cause infection with a small little cut. In a time period where we don't have the same kind of medicine as we do now, any kind of cut that might cause an infection is always the worst kind of thing. You wouldn't necessarily die from your wounds in the battle, but you might die from the infections after them. Sepsis is no fun now, let alone then.
You can see Adwin still managing to keep going with that two-handed spear back there. Entering back into the fray with Boone of Whipper just to his left. Unfortunately walking almost straight back into another arrow shot. The difficulty here really is when you have got these longer ranged weapons like the spears, they're also lacking some protection. They will often get caught out more.
So Brandy, this is a reenactment. It's several groups from across the country.
Good slingers down there as well.
No, Sonia, not everything is
They
paintball.
died viciously
This is more fun.
by another victory
It has
from the
swords.
side close to the PA. Big round of applause please for our wonderful warriors there. You can see that spears are very popular, as they would have been in the Viking age. Spears, everybody has one. It's easy to do, and you can just put a knife on the end of a stick, or a sword if you look at Ulfa with his ridiculously large weapon.
This is in Northampton, Brandy. It's at our annual balloon festival.
So they are just very quickly going to balance those sides back up again. Grimnir is going to change probably. He's used a different one for every clash so far, so let's see what it is this time.
That's a man in high vis, he's not a Viking.
We've also got several of our warriors out there who are second or third generation. We'll see if I can get Niv of Wicker to give us a wave. Okay, so Niv is second generation. Both of her parents are out there, Finn and Frecky. Oh, we have a rogue seagull as well. He probably doesn't want to stay there with our archers, to be fair. Poor guy.
Dinner time, archers, look, there's a seagull.
Don't be mean, there's not much meat on one. And Grimnir himself is a second generation. His dad is still fighting as well. And also his daughter.
And yes, Sonia, we can do this in New Jersey.
And we're all quite terrified for the point where she decides to get on the battlefield, because Grimnir's been training her since she could walk. I'm not sure what we're going to call her, but I'm not sure we can call any more names than Grimnir's got, but I'm sure
Yeah,
we'll
it's
think
pretty
of
good fun,
something,
Brandy.
because
We've
he's
got a
Grimnir
local
with
club
heavy
here,
weapons.
not quite as big as
I don't
this.
know how many he's training his daughter with.
There's at least one in London, I think. I'll find out.
Frecky there, ordering the line into
Oh, come on,
some kind of
Jim's
order
allowed
in
to
the district
spear.
that it's in at the minute. And Bertie on the side doing the same.
Thing to remember is that a nice tight shield wall is the biggest protection that they have. When this shield wall is more spread out, they have less protection but more opportunity to try and pass through the other one. The whole point of the archers is to make holes in that shield wall. You then have your opposing army trying to rapidly reorganise themselves to keep that shield wall tight in defence. When you then put with that one side of the army trying to push their way past you, they're trying to come behind you. You have to be aware of both the people in front and behind you. It becomes much harder to stay aware. O'Reilly there on the crowd line, taking out another member of the opposing army, another member of Danelaw from Nottingham. And the archers working, trying to take their shots between the shields.
And there's some archers.
And you can see there are javeliniers, so basically spears that are thrown, easy to get across. In a way that a spear can. You can get over the top, you can stab it, or then you can throw it, making it a bit more versatile, a bit easier to use than a normal spear.
Yep, they're all dead.
So, you see, sometimes I wish we had like action replay, because effectively what you had then was a javelin followed by a whole load of archers, and about 4 warriors just had to lie down. So just our last final few being enclosed by the opposing army. You just killed that sniper with an arrow! How could you? Cheeky. Well, let's have a round of applause for them. 3-0. Let's call upon the dead to rise. So, we're going to show you something a little bit different. It also relies on these guys being able to count, which is questionable, but we'll see how they go. We're going to do what we call hunting parties. So, 3 people plus an archer per hunting party. We are going to do this with honour. So just for those who weren't listening the first time, with honour, 3 warriors plus an archer or a slinger, or a javelinier if you really must. Just remember, your javelinier runs out of weapons quicker than anybody else.
This is where we wait to see how long it will take them to figure out what 3 is plus 1. Oh, actually, a change of plan! Because the battle captain Olaf says so, and we must obey the Olaf. All hail Olaf. He says instead of that, we're going to do a missiles display. So you've seen how great those archers are. Now you're going to see it on a grander scale.
And you know what the really good part of this is? All of our warriors have to be targets. Well, all of our warriors that have actual shields with them. Those of them who use spears don't have to. So you can see Adrian taking this opportunity to run away.
He's not running, he's graciously retreating to come back another day. He is your husband after all.
He is, but he's retreating. True. So, what you're going to get to see now is just how good our missiles guys really are. Now, these are real arrows. We do not change them from what you would see sharp, other than the fact that there are no sharp pointy metal bits on the end. None of us want to be filling the local A&E with injuries. But they do have rubber bungs, and those rubber bungs are quite hard, and they kind of leave big bruises, similar to if you've ever been to play paintball. The weird thing about them is they tend to bruise around the outside first, and then about 3 days later the inside will change colour. They come up quite sharp. They do a lot of training to be able to shoot against people, and they have to be very accurate. They are checked to make sure they check that all their arrows are safe.
And not only that, we have both the head of our archery here, but also his two of his second in command. So you definitely know that these warriors are going to be in good hands, okay? Hopefully.
Right, so you see that shield wall forming up nice and tight. There we are. So they're forming two ranks. And you hear the shout there. They use their own set of commands. So they tend to use knock, draw and loose. This is what's called volleys. So these are angled upwards. Partly the idea being to literally come at the opposing army from above in ways that they cannot see. You'll see there Finn just moving her feet, having been probably caught on the toe by one of the descending arrows. And Hrothgar there getting one of his slinger bullets to just slide under the line and bounce off an ankle.
And you can hear the word draw rather than fire, which we hear now in most modern TVs, and let me tell you, they get very annoyed because they say there's no fire involved in this arrow.
Yeah, we're not allowed to light the arrows on fire and shoot them at people. It doesn't go well.
This thing called elf and safety. I don't like it very much. Rather boring.
So you see there our archers stepping forward, pushing the army back. There's quite a few of our warriors will be going home with some very nice bruising from these weapons displays this weekend. Adrian's giving me a nod. I think he's taken a couple of decent shots today. And the archers being pushed backwards. Now, some of these archers might be able to draw a secondary weapon. Others will just run away. There we go. You've got Grimnir there right on the edge, drawing both a sword and an axe, ready to take on Olaf. But others will just run for it. Sadly, when you are attacked 2-on-1, even if they are your best friend in other ways, they are still going to kill you.
That's poor Grimnir. I knew him well.
Okay, now we're going to get them to stand up and form groups of 3 with an archer, because, you know, we're doing that now. Would you like to call upon the dead to rise? You forgot that bit, didn't you, Olaf? It was going so well. That's true. You did kind of gang up on the poor guy, though. Well, yeah, I mean, it is a compliment if it takes more than one warrior to kill you. It's got to be said. I mean, at the end of the day, how do you really get old warriors? Well, they have to be very, very good. Because you don't get to be an old warrior unless you're very good, because you die young. There we go, Finn just coming to the line to switch back to her 7'6" spear there. Many of our warriors do have preferred weapons, even if they are capable, and in Finn's case she's very capable with most weapons. They do have their preferences. So yeah, right on that crowd line we do have 3 members of Wicker. 3 members of Wicker, plus Boone, who is also a member of Wicker but is an archer. Oh my god, oh god. So we've now got the entire Finch family together. Good luck guys, you just don't stand a chance. And Boone, which, I'm sorry, is possibly the most terrifying group of people to have to face ever. Oh, it's your pet, Boone. Oh heck, oh god.
Warriors, mark yourselves ready!
But if I get to 10 and you haven't started fighting, I will make you sit down and watch from the corner. Move. Yeah, to be fair. Why are you on your own? Oh, okay. Yeah, Ulfa Ikirnir is running across there because he's basically by himself.
That was a bit cheeky! That archer's not playing! You just killed him! Oh, Ulfa, what would Halgrim say? Go get him, Grimnir! Oh!
Somebody get a second shot on Grimnir! There we go, that's him lying down, sorry.
I know it. Oh, he's still alive! Grimnir's fallen over.
Yeah, because our slinger from earlier, who was running really fast, got him in the back. And then I pointed it out and somebody went and killed him.
Well, that just shows you how quick things are in hunting parties on the battlefield when there's no one between sightings.
We've got Adrian and the guys right on the back line, he's just also taken a load of people out. And you've still got the Finch family plus Boone at the bottom there. I think everybody is genuinely avoiding them. Completely sensible, totally understood. Wicker are terrifying at the best of time, but that four, oh god. Oh, you found a friend, Ulfa. Oh, well done. I mean, you've now got to take them on, but yeah, good luck.
As Horrible Sister says, not for long. And our archer tries very quickly to pick up his sword and shield, drops his bow, drops his sword, drops his shield, and probably dies.
I've got a feeling at this point Wicker could actually win this without barely hitting anyone. It was brilliant. Did anybody else see Frankie deflect that shot then that he was barely looking at? You two are going to have to run faster because you've just run into these guys. But now the biggest problem is there are 3 lots left and somebody has to keep getting stuck in the middle. And whoever that is still going to get shot at by Boone. And some of you who saw our battle earlier will know just how good our slinger in green is as well.
Poppy Smart is their name. That means little skips, I found out today.
Awesome. I found out today that the big blue shields that the regiment use are 36 inches. I found out that Little Pops is 36 inches from shoulder to mid-thigh.
I mean, they can hide behind a shield and no one will know where they were.
Yes.
Brilliant tactic.
And you see just how valuable it is to be able to work together. Now, you do have an issue on the line here, is that we have Bercy in blue. Now, Bercy has just died at the hands of both his girlfriend and his mother-in-law. Which is rather fun. And as predicted, we have a win for Wicker. Let's give them a fantastic round of applause. That was very well deserved. Okay, the problem with Wicker is they're also all quite shy, so when I do this and say, do you want to ask the dead to rise? As long as I don't give them a microphone, we're fine.
Yes, Frankie on a microphone sounds rather terrifying. So I'm just going to run away from him.
Right guys, so there we go.
Here now from our battle correspondent Olaf, and he's going to tell us what he wants us to do.
Gonna leave it there for now. And go find
Okay, so if you were here
Civil War
earlier,
guys.
you may have
See you later.
experienced this yourself.